Hey everyone, welcome to the second devlog for Gedonia 2, in which we will talk in depth about improved character building in the sequel, new skill trees and basic stats of your characters. Let's begin. In the previous devlog, I mentioned that each ability in the game will have its own mini talent tree, with different variations and passives for that ability. This means that in total, each ability tree will have much more to invest in. In the first Gedonia, ability trees had about 25 active and passive points to research. In the second one, you will have from 80 to 100 per skill tree. This gives a lot more options to play around. In the first game, sometimes with certain builds, you had situations when you invested in everything you could ever need for your build, and there was nothing really useful to research, while you still had a lot of skill points left. For example, if you went with simple archer builds without magic or companions, after level 35 to 40, you really had nothing useful left in the skill trees for you. In the sequel, even if you went into a super specialized build like pure archer, you will still have a lot of options there. You could research a bunch of abilities in the archery tree and have a lot of options for every situation. Or you could choose a few abilities and heavily invest in them, improving their effectiveness, and basically specialize in a very particular playstyle. And I haven't even started talking about different hybrid builds, cause there will be much more freedom there also. I've also joined the ability panel and item panel into one panel, so you could get like 10 abilities to use at one time. Or you can research only passives and fill your panels with a bunch of consumables and usable items. When I was saying that there will be hundreds of viable builds available in the sequel, instead of a couple of dozens in the original, I wasn't exaggerating. I had so much fun coming up with cool unique builds just at the theory crafting stage with this system, and I'm sure you guys will have a blast too. So, let's talk about ability trees in detail. Here are the ability trees I plan to introduce on release in the game. Now, of course, if you're a fan of the first game, you will notice a couple of trees from the first game missing. I had differing reasons to remove them, and some of the mechanics from these omitted trees will be added in the new trees. For example, flight, a mechanic from the arcane tree, will be added to the storm magic, but you will basically fly on powerful winds and jump around on tornadoes. It's really cool. Before we delve into particular ability trees, it's essential to discuss basic stats. If you're familiar with my design approach, you'd know that I despise the idea of a universal build. A build where most mechanics are available to you without many sacrifices. I don't find it an engaging way to play. Regrettably, some builds in the original Gedonia veered too close to this concept. In the sequel, each ability tree will comprise 10 to 12 abilities structured across 4 tiers. Each tier of abilities will be unlocked with a certain amount of basic stat. So, for instance, if you have a strength of 2, you'll be able to unlock the first 2 tiers of melee fighting abilities, totaling 6 abilities. This still presents a plethora of options because remember, each ability comes with its own passive talents and variations to unlock. If you opt for a hybrid character route, you'll have a wide range of basic abilities from different ability trees to choose from. or you can invest in a couple of different ones that synergize well for you. For very specific builds, you'll be able to unlock high-tier, powerful abilities for your playstyle and invest in them. Here is a table showing which stat unlocks which abilities, alongside another table detailing which damage stat on items improves which ability trees. There are some intriguing aspects here. For instance, blood magic unlocks with the strength stat, but derives more damage from the dark forces bonus on items. This is because, similar to the first game, some abilities in the blood magic tree will cater to melee characters, while others focus on straight damage magic. Now onto the skill trees in detail. Melee fighting, archery and banditry are quite straightforward. Melee amalgamates ferocity, melee mastery and defense from the first game, offering a myriad ways to crush enemies at close range. Archery revolves around bow shooting, of course, and I've integrated crafting different arrows as an ability, enabling you to craft various arrows with distinct effects and damages during your travels without needing to return to camp. Banditry encapsulates stealth, poison and backstabbing with daggers, and you'll also craft different traps with unique effects, employing them in multiple ways, akin to arrows. Blood magic remains much like the original, albeit more fleshed out. Get it? Fleshed out. Sorry. You'll get vampirism, blood spikes, and possibly a blood demon form. I've chosen to split elemental magic from the original into two distinct ability trees, storm magic and earth magic, each fostering divergent playstyles. Storm magic encompasses lightning, wind and ice spells, emphasizing mobility, colossal damage output and slowing foes with wind and ice. Conversely, earth magic, with its earth and fire spells, focuses on fortifying a spot and pulverizing enemies with boulders, burning them with lava or summoning massive volcanic eruptions. Nature magic will feature plant summons and various healing spells. I've decided to set shape-shifting aside for now, as I haven't yet figured out how to make it deeply engaging and interesting, and it poses a technical challenge for a multiplayer. Perhaps a separate shape-shifting tree will be introduced in the future. The player favorite dark magic will, of course, have skeleton minions and diverse dark magic spells. Expect cool additions here too. For example, you'll construct different bone constructs from your skeletons, create huge bone golems, bone armor for you and your party members, or fashion a massive bone hand to grab enemies or aid in completing platforming challenges. Leadership is an improved and expanded version of the speech tree from the original. In addition to various buffs and debuffs, this tree will enable you to command your party, trigger exceptionally powerful companion abilities, and introduce what might be the single coolest and most complex feature planned in the game, a squad mode ability. The squad mode ability will allow you to arrange your companions in a formation around you, after which you can control them as one unit on the battlefield, managing both offense and defense with designated controls. This mode also enables the use of potent companion abilities precisely where you want them. It's an ambitious and challenging idea to implement, but the payoff will be immense. Imagine embodying a necromancer in squad mode, directing a battalion of skeleton archers to focus their barrage on a singular target. The music ability tree of Gedonia 2 will also undergo some transformations. A major feature will allow you to compose different songs with varying effects. You can then play these custom compositions to obtain the exact buffs needed for your build. The execution of these melodies will come with options, either locking other abilities during the performance or keeping them accessible. Illusion Magic is a brand new ability tree designed to deceive and control enemies, create illusions, and render your character invisible, among other fascinating tricks. Gameplay style that particularly benefits agile rogue and archer characters, opening doors to the creation of various trickster personas. Riding, another fresh addition, is an ability tree that grants you the power to tame diverse animals, befriend them as companions, unlock unique abilities for them, and introduce mounted combat into the game. The prospect of galloping into battle atop your trusted mount is now a reality. And there you have it, a small glimpse into the character building journey awaiting you in Gedonia 2. This devlog may be lengthy, but that's because there's abundance of exciting features to discuss. Stay tuned for upcoming devlogs and don't forget to add the game to your wishlist on Steam. Take care.